In this video, I just want to talk real quick about why we're raising funds for pre-launch, why we're doing a pre-launch campaign in general, and what you can expect with the funds, or what you can expect us to spend the money on for the people that are coming in early on the pre-launch here. So, Forsaken Legends has been completely self-funded up to this point, so we're working on this full-time, and we've been able to fund the development up to this point for about 7 or 8 months now, since October of 2015. So the number one need that we need right now is artwork and 3D models, concept art, things like that. So we need monsters that are unique to Forsaken Legends. We need armor. We need mounts and things of that nature. And all of that stuff costs a lot of money. So what we've been focusing on the past 7 months is building out the core back-end systems to the game. So we've worked on the construction system. We've worked on combat, the network code, and just the core gameplay features that we want in the game. So that's what we've been spending our time on, and now we're at a point where we need additional funds to really bring the art assets into those core systems that we've already built. Another big one is testing the large-scale network tests on Spatial OS platform. The scale that we've talked about here, where thousands of players online at the same time in a similar area, it might sound crazy, but with Spatial OS, it allows us to do this. So in order to make sure that we have everything optimized, we need to run large-scale tests. So for that, we need a community, and for that, we also need the funds to pay for the large-scale tests. So the two major things that are going to be, the money will be spent on is the network tests and the artwork, and of course the ongoing development of the game in general. So I wanted to just show you real quick the forums here. I kind of zoomed in, so but let me zoom out real quick. So this is our community forums here. So when you join the pre-launch, you actually get a few areas unlocked here. So you can see the pre-launch here, and then a special area for the King's Advisors as well. So they have separate updates, different builds, and different areas that get unlocked. So this is kind of when we talk about access to the forums, this is the special area down here where you can see what's going on with the game builds, what we're working on at the current time, any feedback or suggestions that you want to give us. All of that's available in this area here. So, when you join the pre-launch here, you're not just giving us money and then you don't have any communication with us. It's a very close-knit community that we're building here. We've got a Discord server where you can come on and chat with us in real time. Kyle, Preston, and I are on there quite a bit, just getting feedback from users, or if we have a new idea, we just ping it off of the community that's online at that time, just to get a feedback and a feel for what you guys as the player base feel with the decisions that we're making. So I also want to talk real quick about the timeline of everything right now. So this actually will be updated because it's not the 11th of May, but we are still currently in stage 2. We finished stage 1, which was the early alpha development. That was the 7 months that we had been working on the core systems. So right now, if you join the pre-launch, you can instantly play Forsaken Legends. The servers are online 24/7, 365. So right as soon as you pay, you can go into the forums, into the updates section. This is where you find your downloads. You go to the updates section, and then you can see the latest game builds for that time, so you can see how frequently we update here. We just had one released yesterday at the time of this video. So we're constantly making updates, and you can always find the latest download right there in the forums. So this is the stage that we're in right now, stage 2. So it's regular alpha testing. We come out with new builds on a regular basis, and then we get the feedback and the bugs from the users, and we fix them in the next version and work on major features and that sort of a thing. So after this stage, and once we get we've conquered the majority of the gameplay bugs and issues, we'll move on to the beta stage, and you can read a little bit about it here. But this is where we try and we hope to have all the major bugs taken out, and it's a very solid play test here to kind of make sure that we have all of our ducks in a row and that sort of a thing. So we're not putting a time frame on the beta test or the alpha test because we want to make sure that the game is solid before we move on to the next stage. So the next stage, stage 4, will be preparing for a public launch. So when this happens, we're actually going to wipe all the servers, wipe all the characters, and we're going to let our pre-launch community act as a public launch, kind of. So it's like a mock public launch. So you guys will go in, create your character, and play through the game, and have the full experience available to you. And then from there, we'll be able to find any major issues that would arise from that before we actually have a public launch. So anyone that's a part of the pre-launch community will actually be able to play the game before anyone else, a full version of the game, and have their input fully heard, and suggestions heard, and ideas and that sort of a thing before we even hit a public launch. So that's sort of the timeline here, and you can read all in more detail here on the pre-launch page. But we just want to stress to you that we really need your help to come in. We've had a lot of people come on board with us that haven't come on board with early access type games or pre-launches before, and they told us it's because of the amount of work that we put into the game before we went to a pre-launch. So this isn't something that we've been working on for 2 weeks and we're looking to just cash in on a bunch of players. This is something that we've put our heart and soul into for 7 or 8 months now. I don't know the math now, but since October. And we really need help to kind of get over the hump in development where we need an influx of cash to get the artwork that we need and the major tests that we need. So we'd really love to see you guys come on board with us early, have your feedback heard, and get your input in on the game, and be able to be there from the beginning and see how the game develops and progresses, and have fun with us in game, as it's going on. So if you have any questions, we'd love to hear from you on our forums. That's free to sign up on our forums. So just hop on the forums, create a thread, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions about the pre-launch or the game in general, if you have any questions about that. So if you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, we will see you in another video. Thanks.